Hey, what's happening, YouTube? Just kidding. I never know how to begin these videos, my introduction. Anyway, I just wanted to do my video on my new fitness routine. I've been saying I'm gonna do this video for a while, so I'm just gonna dive right in. So basically, I've changed my workouts the past 16 weeks. For a long time, in a long time in terms of like even my high school, I was always a runner, and in my 20s and 30s, I focused mostly on running, and in my 30s, I did running and biking, and I even did yoga. And you know, when something happens when you kind of hit 40, and especially for women, it's like I was finding that these cardio workouts were not doing what they used to do. So I just felt myself kind of plateau. My runs weren't very good, and even if they were, I wasn't seeing results anymore. It was sort of like I was just kind of feeling blah. So I decided that I had to make a change, and I decided that I was going to start doing some weight training. And I put it off for years because I don't want to do that. I like to, get outside and run and or bike. It's sort of like, it's freeing in a way. And I also like the idea of building up a sweat. And so I was just like, I don't really want to do that. Well, I finally just got to a point where it's not that I gained weight or anything, but I just wasn't very strong. My upper body was just like, I would lift things at work, and I'm like, boxes or whatever, and I just was like, why is this so hard? And I don't have any like fat pictures before to show you. My arms are fairly like skinny. There just wasn't a lot of definition, and I just felt untoned. Okay, so basically I started doing these programs on YouTube, and YouTube has a ton of free material, workout material, but mainly I started with this program called Hasfit, and it's run by a husband and wife, and I'll put the link to that site. And I just stumbled upon it, and I said, you know what, I'm going to start doing this. And basically they offer the high intensity interval training, they have kettlebell workouts, and a lot of strength training. And I was finding that a lot of the workouts were geared around squats, and I always hated doing squats, but squats and lunges unfortunately are really the bread and butter for toning up. And mostly, like, you have so much of your body is your core, your abs and your lower body, and running doesn't work your abs. It didn't for me, and it certainly didn't work my upper body. And so I started doing this, and I first started out, I had only like 3-pound weights and 5-pound weights, and I was using those for about the first week, and that got light really fast. So then I bought an 8-pound, and the 8-pound was like, oh, this is challenging, and that lasted maybe another week or 2 weeks maybe. And I was like, okay, I gotta go up in weight. I bought then 12-pound dumbbells, and then 15 pounds, and the 15 were my heavies. And so now I was like, okay, now this is getting good. The 12-pound then now are kind of, not that they're light, but I can manage those rather easily. The 15 pounds, I can now do this with them, which when I started I could not. I bought then a 20-pound that I only bought one. I use that for lower body, just lunges and things like that. And then I bought my first kettlebell a couple weeks ago. It was 8 kilograms. I work in the metric system, but I always work with milligrams and micrograms. So anyway, so that was 8 kigs is 17 pounds-ish, a little bit more than 17 pounds. And then today I just bought my first, it's 12 kigs, and that is kilograms is 26.5. Now that's going to be really heavy, and that's going to be for swings and things like that. And I'm going to try that tomorrow. So what I've noticed is that my workouts now, when I used to do the long cardios, I would go for like hour-long bike rides, or I would run for almost an hour, you know, close to maybe 50 minutes. Now with the strength training, I mean, I'm like, my workouts are maybe 40 minutes at most, kind of thing, you know, like 35, maybe sometimes I might get up to 50 if I really feel ambitious. It just depends on what I'm doing, but the results are much faster, and it's sort of like just getting to the point, you know, like, so it's a lot of compound movements, so you'll be doing a squat and lifting something at the same time, and you use pretty much your whole body for this duration. When I did my first kettlebell workout with my lower weight kettlebell a couple weeks ago, you know, maybe this was like, I don't remember when I bought it. It was like 3 weeks ago, a month ago or something. I mean, that kicked my ass. Now tomorrow, the other day, actually yesterday, I was able to do 45 minutes with my kettlebell, my lower weight, my 17 pound. Tomorrow, I'm going to try with the 26.5 pound. For certain movements, and I'm probably only going to be able to get through at most 30 if I'm lucky. That's going to be mostly for lower body. So it's good to have a wide range of weights to choose from. I was not looking to drop a size. I've always been around, I'm tall, so I'm about 5'10", so I've always been around 145, 150-ish. So my mass in terms of my size has not changed, but I've lost fat and gained muscle. So I actually have increased weight on the scale by about 5 pounds, but there's less fat. So I don't care. And the thing is, don't be weighing yourself like obsessively, because the scale is not an indication of what's going on inside you. You know, you really got to measure it by how your clothes are feeling, and if you really doubt yourself, get the tape measure. You know, when in doubt, get the tape measure. So much of your weight can go up and down, and I've seen my weight now go up and down even 10 pounds with water weight. And another thing to keep in mind is that when you are strength training and you're building that muscle, you are going to swell, and by swelling you have water that is surrounding your muscles, so you're retaining water. So after you are doing some strength training for the first few weeks, you're going to weigh more, and you're going to be like, don't be freaking out about this, it'll go down, but it's water weight, okay? So also, I just want to say, I'm pretty much about 80% into my routine, in the sense that I practice it every day. I'm very, dedicated in that sense, but I do cheat on weekends. I do enjoy my wine. They say that if you really want to really lose weight and totally tone up, to really cut back on really cut back on the alcohol, because one thing I learned about alcohol, as much as I hate to admit it, is that when you ingest alcohol, that's the first thing that your body will go to burn off. So when you ingest a lot of alcohol, that's why your body just wants to get rid of it. So what happens to the fat you consume? It gets stored. And this isn't a big deal if done in moderation, but if you're trying to build muscle, it's not a good idea to be drinking heavily, for multiple reasons, but also because your body is going to go to that alcohol first. So like I said though, I keep mine to just the weekends, and during the week I eat a lot of salads, and honestly sometimes I get really bored with the salads. It's also important to note that when you build your muscle, your basal metabolic rate will go up. So now I burn more energy just sitting here talking to you than I would before I started this, because I have more muscle on my body. My posture is better. I feel better. Like I said, I don't have any really before pictures, just that I didn't feel well, and I felt, for me, in order to rid myself of certain fat or untoned places, I really have to target those areas now. I have no choice. I have to do isolation movements. So for me, my issue was always like lower body, like underneath the ass. A lot of women, like even if you run, they still have like cellulite there. For me, like I don't live in a place that's hilly enough to where I can be running up hills that's going to work that. The only way of working it is really with doing the squats, the lunges, and they have exercises in this Hasfit program, working those hamstrings, working this. So that's the channel I recommend. I'm going to put a link to that, and also they have a good yoga instructor that they have had some videos with, and I will link to him, and he is not the namaste sort, so if you're looking for that, I would not go to him. He is more about let's get the shit going, and we're gonna burn some shit. And his yoga's sessions were so hard. There were some of them I had to stop once. One session in particular, I had to stop twice during it because he was incorporating mountain climbers, and he was incorporating burpees into that, and I was like, oh God, I need to break. But it was good. And so that's basically what I've been going through right now. I think like I said, I think I'm 16 weeks now. I feel better. I like that I can get the workouts in and out, done fast, and see results. So I don't know if you can. Maybe I'm a little thinner in the face. I've lost some, but it's not that much. Like I have not dropped a size. I'm actually 5 pounds up on the scale, but the fat went down and the muscle went up. And all right, that's about it for now. I'm still gonna be doing some writing, and I got some other Enneagram topics to discuss. But you like my shirt? Life could be worse, right? You could be on this little boat. What do you think? Do you think this is to scale? I don't know. Would you want that? It's my Melville tee. I like Melville, and I like book t-shirts and funny t-shirts. Anyway, so I hope you have a good rest of your day, and that's just all I want to say for that right now. And I will be in touch. Thanks for listening. Bye.